Hey folks, welcome to the Up and Running with VoiceThread video. In this video, we're going to take a look at that mysterious tool that sits on that left tools menu of your OWL course site called VoiceThread. Now, you may be familiar with VoiceThread if you've had an instructor that's used it as a way to give recorded lectures to you, or maybe has used it to generate some sort of forum discussion or build a community of practice. But one of the great things about this tool is that it also can be student-driven, meaning that you as a student have the exact same privileges and abilities to use the tool in the same ways. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look sort of at the bare bones basics of how to get up and running with VoiceThread. We're going to load a PowerPoint presentation into the tool, and then I'll show you how you can record your audio, video comments, and that sort of thing to give kind of like a recorded presentation that your students can watch or your peers can watch asynchronously and on their own time. So you'll see here on my screen, I have opened up just my OWL course site. This is a tutorial course that I use for videos like this. You, of course, will be opening up the course that you're currently enrolled in. And then you'll just come to this left tools menu and you'll click that VoiceThread tool, that link there to open it up. And it's going to open up this dark gray screen here. Now, I don't have any voice threads in this particular course, so my screen is blank. It just says no voice threads found. There's a link here that says create one. And then there's also right here in the top right corner of the screen, this add your own button. If the course you're in has used VoiceThread in various capacities, you may see some of those voice threads on this screen just as little sort of clickable thumbnails that you can use to open up. So you might have a little bit of a different view than I do here, but either way, this is the page, no matter what you see, in which you can create your own voice thread. So I'm going to come up here. I can either click this create one link down here, or I can come up here to this top right corner and click the add your own button. And either of these links are going to take me to the exact same screen, and it's this little pop-up menu here when I click that gives me the option to create a new voice thread. So I will give this a click here, and then I'm taken to another dark gray screen. This time it has a dark gray big add media button in the center here, and I can click on that to choose the type of media I want to upload to VoiceThread. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we're going to upload a PowerPoint presentation. So this is a PowerPoint presentation that you, or if you're working with somebody, you have created ahead of time, and you're going to load this into the tool. But you'll notice here too, I can record audio, I can take a picture with my webcam, I can record a webcam video just right into the tool as well. So there's various options here that you can choose. But again, in this case, we'll be uploading a PowerPoint. So to do that, I'm going to click the My Computer option here. And that's just going to open up the standard file explorer on your desktop here on your screen. And then you can go and you can find wherever you've saved your PowerPoint file and select it. So I've just got this little introduction to adult education slide deck here on my desktop. So I can click on that, and then I'll click open. And you'll see in the background here, I've got these little moving cog wheels and a little processing thing, which is always a good sign when you see that kind of movement. So what VoiceThread is doing is it's starting to convert that PowerPoint presentation into the VoiceThread tool. And while that's happening in the background, I can use this thread settings dialog box to enter in some information about my presentation. So, of course, I want to give it a title. So for this, we'll just call this Introduction to Adult Education. And you can give your presentation an appropriate title. And then optionally, I can add a description about my presentation, a few sentences about what it's all about. And then I can also add in, again, optionally, keyword tags, sort of different keywords in the presentation that might be useful if students or your peers are looking for your presentation. So that might be, in this case, adult, education. I might throw my name in there, things like that. Once I'm done, I'll click the Save button here, and you'll notice that while we've been adding that information in, VoiceThread has generated a thumbnail of each of the slides in my PowerPoint presentation and have displayed them here on the screen. So the PowerPoint's in. The next step is to record an accompanying voiceover track or video track to go with each of these slides. Now, I love this tool more than anything. It's to me, it's a very flexible tool. But one of my biggest complaints about the tool is that it has this big blue share and return to course button up here that you would assume, because it's blue and it's different from everything else on the screen, that this is the button you need to click in order to get to the next step. But if we click on this button, it's going to share your PowerPoint presentation with everybody else in your course. But you haven't added any of your voiceover or anything like that to the PowerPoint just yet. So you don't want to click this button. Instead, you want to just jump back here to this sort of gray nondescript comment button in order to add in the commentary that you want to record to accompany your presentation. So if you click on that there, you'll see that it's opened up the PowerPoint presentation in sort of presentation mode or presentation view. And if I come down to the bottom right corner of the screen, you'll see I've got forward and backwards arrows so that I can navigate through each of my slides. And then I also have this sort of gray plus sign button in the center, in the bottom center of the screen. And you'll see if I hover over it, it kind of lights up in black there. But if I click on that, you'll see that I've got a variety of options to record or to add my commentary to my slide. So in your case, you might want to record a voiceover track, so you would click that microphone button there. Or if you're feeling not too camera shy, you can record using this camera icon a little bit of your webcam, and kind of like what I'm doing right now in this video is just sort of like a little talking head to accompany what people can see on the screen. So you'll make your selections there. So in my case, I'm going to record an audio track. So if I click this microphone button here, you're going to see that I've got this countdown arrow or this countdown notification, and now I'm recording. So I've got my microphone on and I'm speaking to this individual slide. And one of the nifty things I like about VoiceThread is that I've also got the option here as I'm recording to choose a pencil crayon and choose a color. I really like green, so I'll choose green. And then as I'm speaking, I can actually draw attention to different things on the slide. And when this is played back by my peers, they will see me marking up this presentation slide as I'm speaking. So it kind of adds a little extra visual engagement to your audience and whatever it is that you're speaking to. Now there's a couple ways to do this. I can continue recording and hit this next button. And what this will do is it'll record my voiceover, continue recording my voiceover, but it'll also record those movements that I'm making in my PowerPoint presentation. So if I were to go back, it will record me clicking the back button and forward and so on. So I can actually sit here and I can record my entire presentation in just one simple take and navigate through my slides each time I need to change to speak to a different thing in my presentation. So that's one way you can do it. And then what you'll do when you're done is you'll click that stop recording button, and it'll give you a preview of your audio track. So you'll see here, and you might be able to hear it on your side. So you're given that preview here, and then if you like it, you can click the save button. If you want to do a retake, you can just click cancel. So if I click cancel there, you'll see that we just go back to that original presentation view. So that's one way to record your audio onto your presentation. The second way is a little bit disjointed, but if you want to do sort of like step-by-step, sort of in between recordings, sort of collect your thoughts and think about what you want to say, the other option is that you can, again, just record your audio track on this slide. So again, I get that countdown button. And then I can record my piece for this particular slide. Welcome to my Introduction to Adult Education presentation. And then I can click stop recording. And if I like that particular take, I can click the save button, and then that pops up on the side of the screen there. My peers can listen to my voiceover as they view that slide. Then I can go to the next slide and do the same thing. So I'll record another audio track for this particular slide. So I would say, first I want to talk about our session agenda. I'm going to draw your attention to the different things we'll be talking about today, and then click stop recording. And if I like that take of my audio track, I click the save button, and now I have an individual audio track for this particular slide. And then I can move along and do that for each slide in my presentation. So if you're feeling like you're fully prepared and ready to go, you can record it all in one take and click that next button on your slides as you're speaking. Or you can do it sort of in a stop-start approach where you record a specific piece to go and accompany each individual slide. So once you're done that, you've recorded all of your voiceover, you've recorded your videos for each of your individual slides. Then you'll come up here to the top of your presentation, and you'll see these 3 horizontal lines in that top left corner of the screen there. You'll click on that, and you'll click the share button. And that's going to give you a little share dialog box here. And you can choose the course that you want to share your presentation with. Now, I'm enrolled in a lot of courses because I support a lot of courses here. You might have 1 or 2, or depending on where you are in your program, you might have quite a few. But you'll find that course code for the course you want to share your presentation with. So mine's that OWL tutorial course. So I can click on that. And you'll see here it's popped up as this is the group of people that I want to share this presentation with. And then I'll click that blue share button in order to share it to the VoiceThread tool within the course that you're presenting in. So if I come back here now to OWL and again click on that VoiceThread tool, you'll see that now instead of that big blank gray page we started with, mine is now visible inside of the course as a clickable link that my peers can then click play on and watch the presentation. So that's sort of how you get up and running with VoiceThread. Again, it's a super, I think, a fantastic online learning tool because it allows you to sort of build community with your peers, present to your peers, but you don't all have to be in the same time zone or to be online at the same time in order for a presentation to take place. And as I hope you've seen, it's a pretty intuitive tool to use once you get going with it. So happy presenting to you, and enjoy using VoiceThread.